Welcome, ladies and other beans, to the inaugural, it's the first and quite possibly the last episode of And Then, and if my cat will quit meowing in the background, but basically what I want to do here is just kind of bring back a after show open mic. It's something I used to do when I would just pop up after random people's shows and do a little open mic. It was really good for people who couldn't afford memberships to some of their favorite programs and they still wanted to talk more about what was happening or talk about anything. So without further ado, let's talk about whatever. And to bring it in, the first in, and Sir Oz. Introduce yourself, sir.
Well,
or person,
I'm going by
however you wish to be identified.
Well, this is my second week. I guess it's still technically the first full week of having been knighted. That's why I jokingly put that Sir Oz up as my title. Last week was part of a channel surfing 28, ended up being an around 30-hour marathon across 15 different channels.
That sounds like an absolute nightmare.
Oh no, it was a blast. It was great. So everybody pretty much had a 2-hour block, but it was to help close out the Kickstarter for the Mythic Legions RPG. And when we jumped over to the Euro Legions podcast on their block, I got knighted. So from then on, I was like, all right, my official title from now on will be Sir Oz.
Pay no attention, ladies and gentlemen, to the man behind the curtain.
I do go through that one quite frequently.
All right. Well, let me bring our next contestant onto the screen real quick. And everybody's favorite lady of love. That's not water, Rowdy.
It's close enough.
Everybody's favorite Rowdy Riles.
Electrolytes.
That's right.
It's got what plants crave.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what? Fair enough.
This is one of the few times I actually don't have coffee with me. I actually just got a little bit of tea.
I'm really trying to avoid the A&W cream soda that my daughter bought me. That's sitting in my fridge right now at a cool, crisp 37 degrees. And
especially with the weather warming up too, man. Oh, man. That's the good stuff.
Hey, Rowdy.
So, have y'all two met before?
I have not. This has been my first time having the pleasure of your company. Oz is a cool dude, Max.
Oz is a cool dude. We've actually met in real life. He invited me out to, is it New Eternia? Is that what was the store? No, Eternian Dreams.
Well, I met you first at Maryland Toy Expo. Yes. You and the girlfriend were there.
Yes.
Then we hit you up when they were doing the grand opening of the New Eternia Dreams in Frederick. So you met up with myself and Corey, Make Shape Create.
Wait. You survived an encounter with the girlfriend?
I'm sweet. What are you...
With the girlfriend? Because I've heard tale that she kills all that behold her face.
My girlfriend?
I don't know. I mean, talking shit.
Kinda. She can be mean. She can be very mean.
It was a very pleasant experience.
So you two are both in the same area.
Ish. About like an hour or so apart.
Oh, well, listen, it's Virginia. Everything's an hour apart.
He's in Maryland.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm in Maryland, Baltimore.
That's not a real place.
We crossed the state line.
It's totally a real place. It's a real shithole, but it's a real place.
I don't know. Some of the most creative people I know are from Baltimore. Got
There's
the
a charm to it.
Baltimore Tattoo Museum. A lot of
Oh,
those
yeah.
guys. Oh man,
There's a lot of charm here. It earns its name, Charm City, but ugh.
I think everybody's just watched The Wire one too many times.
Yeah, when
they
I've
think
got
that's
it's it's not the whole city is not like that, but try convincing anybody when your two most popular claim to fames are The Homicide and The Wire, like two biggest TV shows from your area, both deal with a lot of death.
Hey, I deal with that constantly. Apparently, I live in Natchitoches, Louisiana. They filmed Steel Magnolias here, and let me tell you how they just milk that teat. Like,
oh, mind you,
I've never seen
like
that movie.
all the cool shit that John Waters has filmed here. Like, we don't get enough credit for that. Like Hairspray and everything else, we never get enough credit for all that stuff.
Based John Waters.
Hoop was eaten in Baltimore at some point. It's on film.
Hey, I am an extra sort of in Pecker. I just happened to be walking down the street that they were filming on that day. But
however you can break into the business works.
I wish it had really taken off for me from there. Like, maybe if I'd spent some more time around John Waters, probably. I did meet him at the bar that he likes. Is it the Holiday House? But yeah, sat down and had a couple drinks with him and chatting then. So
I got to say I had enough of a visit. him and Cassandra Peterson were staying at the same hotel I was at, and I ran into both of them in the lobby. And just Cassandra Peterson, if anybody out there ever gets a chance to meet her, she is
Elvira.
Elvira. Yeah, she is genuinely
I'm in love with her.
She's every bit of nice you think she is 100% accurate. That is the only other person that I think is genuinely as nice as her is probably Dolly Parton. It's all in the boobs. That's where they keep their nice.
I guess that's why I'm so nice. These men,
right? That's what I'm saying. I'm just generally a friendly person.
It was really funny because Cassandra Peterson, she came out like way later in life, right? Like this was recently, like within the last 10 years or so. And then a bunch of dudes on the internet were like, well, you never had a chance with her. I just want you to know this. There was not even a single chance that you ever had, even if she was straight. So,
yeah, that's the funnier part. It's you guys didn't have a chance even if she was straight. You're
just mad. That's it. You're just mad. I remember when she came out, I was like, I'm genuinely excited. She this is obviously, listen, you were checking into a hotel with John Waters. You weren't straight back then. But you finally got to be open and share yourself with the world, which is a scary thing to do.
It is.
So
that's the most tragic part about that story is how long it took her to feel comfortable to come out because she had been in the business for so long. And it's terrible that the business is like that to begin with.
Well, I mean, look at the story of Rock Hudson, Cary Grant.
What really broke my heart?
It's not
Paul
a new
Rubens.
story.
He didn't come out until after he died.
Yeah.
That's really sad.
But we all knew.
I was gonna say, I can't say that I knew.
Yeah, no, I'm being.
I don't look at a celebrity and think about who do they sleep with. It just never crosses. It never crosses my mind.
Right?
So like,
if it ain't with me, it don't matter.
Yeah. I had no clue.
100%.
It didn't cross my mind, and then it came out and it broke my heart, and I started crying when I saw that because he was too afraid.
Yeah,
life. It sucks.
I think, yeah, there is a YouTube video called We Owe Paul Rubens an Apology. And I think it had a lot to do with his arrest and everything like that. And, just.
People make mistakes,
Well,
just like.
He was demonized for being in a triple X movie theater, and
it was a porno theater, right? Oh, I don't know if I can say that. Like,
come on now.
They had a story. It was a I think it was before TMZ existed, but it was just a TMZ story. We got something that people are going to pay attention to. We're going to milk it for all it's worth, and screw what happens to this person.
The demonization of some celebrities just to bring them down. That's why I hate all that kind of stuff.
We put celebrities too high. I've met
except for Harrison Ford, he deserves to be all the way up there.
Yeah, absolutely. That is
he deserves a heck of a lot more credit than he gets, I think.
Oh, I just watched him.
Where's that man's Oscar?
He didn't wait. I thought he had an Oscar for like Witness. I know
nominated.
You guys are
way nominated.
Too. Yeah, nominated, but did not win. That sounds about right.
1994, I believe.
Yeah, Witness was a back in the day movie. That
I mean, he's done some rather serious films. I could see if you were looking in, his accolades were stuff like, again, Star Wars, I guess, isn't exactly the best, but let's face it, Star Wars was never really going to go up for Oscar other than best visual effects.
Oh, best! It won a shit ton of Oscars. John Williams soundtrack.
When it
debuted? Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, John Williams
soundtrack. The original trilogy is fundamental to what film is today. The blockbuster was created in 1977. That was a movie everybody had to see. So I don't think Star Wars gets enough credit.
There's a reason you don't see 30 minutes of credits rolling before every film.
Yeah.
So
people hang out and
people give George Lucas a lot of shit, but I'm going to tell you that man, you want to talk about somebody who deserves a pedestal. George Lucas does. He is just, and I it sucks that I can't travel anymore unescorted because I want to go to his museum so bad.
Skywalker Ranch.
No. He built an art museum, a cinematography art museum, I think in San Francisco.
Okay.
It's massive, like a $3 billion. All his Disney money went to this museum.
Makes sense. Leave yourself a lasting legacy. I mean, the man's already got one that'll go on forever. I don't think Star Wars is dying out anytime soon, especially not under the roof of House of Mouse.
He'll end over the back.
The new show, Maul Shadow Lord. So a lot of the story and elements from that were taken from George Lucas, Dave Filoni back in the day. They were talking about what they wanted to do with Maul as a character before Disney took over. So this new Shadow Lord show is probably the most George Lucas Star Wars thing that we've gotten since the prequels in the Clone Wars.
Listen, I think some of the best Star Wars stuff that we've got is Clone Wars, Rebels. Rebels was absolutely phenomenal.
That's my fucking favorite.
Rebels was the first Disney project. So when people give shit to Disney, I'm like, have you actually watched Rebels? Or because I actually did not jump on Rebels right away. I had just caught up on all the Clone Wars stuff that had happened. And when the Clone Wars first came out, I was not a fan. And that's because I was a big fan of the original Genndy Tartakovsky shorts. Mm-hmm. And then the Dark Horse comics. Because there's actual timeline that goes through between those shorts and the comics that lead you right up to the door of Revenge of the Sith with the battle over Coruscant.
Yeah,
Dark Horse. Follow all of it.
Dark Horse was it's amazing, some of the stories.
And their Clone Wars was so dark, so gritty. And the Clone Wars CGI didn't start out like that.
No,
But, you know,
that was very kiddie in the beginning. The first 2 seasons
Yeah.
of Clone Wars are rough, but the last season is probably some of the most perfect TV you'll ever see. Well, the last
Yeah.
arc, the last
Well,
arc.
Yeah.
do you want to know why that is? One, the first thing I'm going to tell you is George Lucas's daughter was involved in all of those. But the other thing is George Lucas's philosophy of how to do serial storytelling. It's the reason why everybody bitches about Phantom Menace. They're like, oh, it's just, it's so childish. It's, you know, it's got everything pod racing is wizard. You start out gentle, and then you started out with Phantom Menace, and you ended up with Revenge of the Sith. And
yeah, but
Revenge
Attack of the
Sith,
Clones sucks. I hate Attack of the Clones. That movie is hard to watch.
I loved Attack of the Clones for a couple of key reasons. First off, Jango Fett finally introducing a Mandalorian, getting a little bit of that backstory. I loved having him in there,
cool, for
even if he was eliminated. I love that they started to show some of the other areas of Coruscant. I wish we had gotten more of that. And it was really, really badass to see that many Jedi in one battle
for sure
at a time for once. This is, you know, the first time that had ever been done. We're used to seeing a little one-on-one fight, you know, kind of thing. It was really cool to see that. I gotta say, I was really confused at the end of it because it's like, well, wait a minute. Clearly, I could tell the clone troopers are eventually going to become stormtroopers. Who's this Sifo Dyas guy that ordered these? Is that like Palpatine?
You have to watch the
or
Clone
what?
Wars.
Because we already knew who Palpatine was. So, like, you know, there was just all this information. I was like, man, how did this really transpire? And again, that's why I ate up those Clone Wars comics, because it was giving me more of that info that I wanted.
Yeah, and the Clone Wars show covered a lot of that too. You know,
it did. It went in.
Dark Horses. Listen, Dark Horse did
Skywalker.
a comic that was Darth Vader versus Darth Maul. It's one of my favorite Dark Horse Star Wars comics because I'm thinking, man, what a cash grab. What kind of stupid Darth Vader, Darth Maul, 2 different periods. They never came in contact. How are you going to pull this off? And they pulled it off. And if you've never seen this comic, go and find it where you can read it online, because you ain't gonna probably you might be able to find it somewhere, but it has
find it in print at some old comic shops.
Just the Darth Vader and getting into his head and his psyche, and you know how much, you know, it just, that one hit me.
They did a great job doing that.
You know, the Marvel Darth Vader comic book, the series, the ongoing series, is really fucking good. Like, that's really good too. There's a lot of that in there.
They had that debuting at GameStop when I was still working there. And it was really cool, first off, that I could buy comics from my own store.
Right?
And I got discounts on them. So I was like, oh, this is cool. And like, we were carrying the issues when they came out. I was like, I actually have my own new comic book.
I can't picture GameStop carrying comics. That's crazy.
It was, they did it for a very short time. Unfortunately, it did not last because they were not, people don't go to GameStop to buy comics, essentially.
No, they're looking for
expensive stuff. They were just getting back into doing collectibles. It's such a wild ride. When I started at GameStop, I remember taking down displays and getting rid of like collectibles, card games, all that stuff. Like, I started in 2008, and after that holiday season, we started getting rid of that kind of inventory. And by the time they let me go in 2016, we were setting up displays for all that stuff again. It was slowly taking over our stores. I was like, this has got to be the stupidest damn thing I've ever been through.
Well, the problem with GameStop is they've always been like, there's somebody up high who's like, okay, this is trending, get it in the store.
Yeah.
And
Their
you know,
mentality
everything?
is we have no original idea for a store. So let's go buy somebody's working business model and
and
milk it for everything it's worth.
If you can find an open GameStop now, you go in there, the first thing that you see is trading cards. You see Pokemon, you see Magic the Gathering, and then you
Yep.
see collectibles and action figures. And then past that, that's where all the games are. You have to walk
Yep.
past all of this other stuff to get to the games. Yet it's called
and that's
GameStop
not going to
because they
last
don't
because
have the philosophy.
they've
will
aligned
say-
themselves with PSA, and PSA is on their way out the fucking door because they've been caught
Yeah.
up in so many scandals. And there's YouTube video after YouTube video of like this guy sent in a graded 10 first edition Charizard Shadowless, you know, it all
Mhm.
every check mark on this card. And the theory is they took his good card and gave him a shitty card, and then within minutes on their website they had basically his card up for sale, and
Yeah.
was like, and then sent him a letter saying, "Oh, we accidentally screwed up your card. Um, here's fair market value."
Wow.
And dude was like,
Mhm.
"Fuck you, you know,
Dude,
here's
the
a
shit.
$42,000 card, and you're
Dude, the
gonna
shit.
send me, you know, $1,500. Fuck you."
So, while I was
hope he got his
working
money back.
there, they made
I don't.
such a
It's
big deal.
ongoing.
They had made such a big deal that they had zero debt. Like most companies that operate are in debt somewhere. And GameStop made such a big deal that they own themselves. They were their own corporation. They were private. They weren't publicly traded at the time, nothing like that. And that they had zero debt and overhead. And like after about 6 years, I started to hear the rumblings. And it's because they saw the business changing. A lot of things were starting to go digital, and no, not everybody was ready for it yet. But they started pushing us to push digital more. And I was like, you guys realize if we push digital more, we're setting ourselves up to go out of business, right? Like, you really got to realize we're going to be going out of business if we push the idea of doing digital. No, because we can sell digital currency. And I was like, yes. And I'm going to tell you, most gamers are lazy and they probably don't want to leave the house because
Most
I'm
of their
one
Xbox.
and I don't want to leave the house. And it's a lot easier to put my card onto my system than it is to get in a car, drive to a store, buy a receipt, come back home.
So you're basically selling to
They're
grandmas
trend
who want to get a
chasers.
gift card to their grandkids.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the reason why the only GameStops that are open today are the retro shops.
With the cards
Yeah.
and the Pokemon
The
and
one
all
that sell, the one that sell
Collectibles.
cards.
Yeah.
They also sell old and used games. Those are the only GameStops there. They've closed all the rest of them down.
You
We
know,
lost ours. Ours was gone overnight. Like
Yeah.
What
on
happened
a
to Dan?
Tuesday we drove by and was like, "Hey, there's GameStop. I need to stop in there. I'll stop by tomorrow." And the next day it was
So
gone.
I went by my old store. Now, my store was always kind of an anomaly in and of itself. I started there as a part-time holiday hire, and within 4 years I became a store manager working at my store. Normally, when you become an assistant manager, you work at several different stores. And then if you eventually move up to a store manager, you're going to work at several different stores. You don't go from part-time game advisor to store manager in one store, but I did because I don't drive. So I managed to take over my store, took the volume of my store from being a low volume store to mid volume store, which is a big jump. And when
not
they
easy to do.
Not at all, because you've got to be charismatic as fuck to make people drive past all the other GameStops they have to. to come to yours so that you get
and
more
the
business.
game exchanges and the
I had
independent shops and
GameStop had already bought all of those around me. So the only other stores I was competing with was other GameStops. So my store had to be better than all of those other GameStops for
And
people
that's
to
why
do
they
business.
lost so many stores, because this game, they were competing with each other.
Yeah. Well, in my area, because they always numerically number their stores. So you could tell by your store's number when it was opened and who else around you opened. So my store was 972. 3 miles away down the street from me was 971. And then about 2 miles up and about 3 miles over from me, a little bit further, was 973.
That's so much oversaturation.
Those
Like,
three
holy
stores,
shit, man.
those three stores all opened up at once as this little trifecta. And then they bought EB. We had 3 EB games in one mall that was about 5 to 6 miles away. About 2 to 3 miles in the other direction, we had 2 EB games in that mall. 2 miles in another direction, we had 2 EB games right across the street from one another in 2 different shopping centers. Now, the reason there were so many of these EBs in close proximity, because they thought if they opened up multiple stores next to one another like this, there wouldn't be room for GameStop to move in. So, like I said, they opened up this little pyramid, this little triangle.
But there's another little aspect to this that you may not know. So EB Games and a lot of these strip mall locations are owned by a property management system called Sterling Properties. And let me tell you, if you're GameStop and you're like, okay, well, there's these EB Games over here, and I want to buy out all, say there's 5 of them. Well, you buy them out, and you can't just immediately, normally, if I'm, GameStop, I'm going to buy them out. I'm going to take their inventory, shutter their fucking doors, and move all that stuff over to my GameStop and sell it there. You can't get out of a lease easily with Sterling Properties. So when GameStop bought all these fucking locations, they couldn't close them down.
I remember them turning into GameStops.
Yep. All you could do was put your name over the top of it, and
that's just more
best.
oversaturation.
Well,
because if you've got a 5-year lease with Sterling Properties, to get out of that lease, you're going to pay that 5 years. There's no getting out early. They're fucking cunts. So, let me tell you.
Well, what GameStop did to acquire is they bought the entire company of EB. Yeah. They didn't just buy individual stores because EB wasn't franchised. They bought all of them. They remained open in every location that was turning a profit, because after they expanded so much into so many territories with owning EBs, that's why in Canada, EB was still called EB and not GameStop for a very long time. They did what they ended up.
I'm going to tell you, it's a little bit more than just them turning a profit. It was, is it more profitable to keep you open than it is to pay out Sterling Properties to shutter your doors? That's more of what the situation was.
That probably played a role into it. But I know for a fact that as long as a store was making getting out of the red, they kept it open. And the reason for that is when it came time to close down one of the stores by me, my store and another store were on the chopping block after the first year I had gone ahead and taken over my store manager. They were going to close my store. But in the 6 months that I took over, we made so much more in sales. The other store ended up going into the negative, and they shut it down.
Wow.
Were you
there? You killed their jobs, Oz.
Damn.
You know what? I took 3 of their employees.
There you go.
Like, they continued to work. They moved the store manager to another store. I don't know what happened to that store manager. But
it was you or them. That's all that matters.
It really was. And
were you there about the time they started buying iPads and old iPhones? And
yes. Yep. We were
that
one of the
was
first
right
test
about
markets.
the time I started noticing the, shit getting a little.
We had just acquired ThinkGeek. We had just bought them. We started taking in the iPads and tablets and phones. But then we started falling under new laws because we were taking those devices in for trade and we were giving cash. We started to follow under different pawn shop laws that we didn't previously fall under. Then we
I knew
started
shit
carrying
was getting
Cricket
a little
phone
sketchy.
service. Yeah, then we started we had to hold all of those devices for 3 months after
Make sure
you
they weren't
traded them in.
stolen.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we used to have a detective come by once a month and check our logs and compare serial numbers. So then the other funny part about that is because the laws under which we operated for handheld serialized devices, serialized numbers,
you have to hold those devices.
DSs, all of if somebody came in with a Game Boy Advance where the serial number was rubbed off on the back, we couldn't take it anymore because it fell under the same law as the cell phone.
So they screwed themselves.
And
again.
if the cell phones weren't, if a cell phone didn't have the serial number, or the tablet didn't have a serial number printed on the outside, you couldn't take it in for trade. And so DSs and Nintendo
what
systems,
percentage of your business did that affect as far as trade-ins?
Not really as much as I thought it would, but I was in a general better area. I know a lot of our more urban stores or more poverty-ridden locations, those stores, they started to see an influx of a lot of these devices for cash, which when you're just handing out cash to people, you're not really doing business. Because the other thing is you get in a ton of these devices, but then we had to send them back, at least the tablets and the cell phones and stuff. We couldn't just reset those in store. We had to send them back to the refurbish center all the way out in Grapevine, Texas. They had to run through and refurbish and wipe the whole things. And then they would send them back out to stores. So there's no guarantee that the store that sent it in would get that device back. They looked at the trends. In what stores are these devices selling? Well, not the same stores that were bringing in the majority of them.
That's insane. What a convoluted business in general. From this, not the start, because it started out so simple. You'd walk in when I was a kid. You'd walk in. They would have they would have Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, PlayStation 2, Xbox. You'd buy the games you wanted. They'd have a couple collectibles. And you'd walk out and you'd be happy. And then you go in and there's, look, what's that? There's new stuff over here. They're taking this now. It's just, it got to be so much. And they just kind of went full circle. And then they started closing doors.
Hey, listen, I remember waiting in line to get my copy of Diablo 3, outside. I
remember those midnight releases.
Yeah, it was midnight release. So much fun.
Yeah,
my kid going and getting a few Pokemon cards and getting some of the giveaway promos that they have.
Oh yeah, those were always big. They were a pain in the ass because Nintendo, for some reason, always wants to release their games on a Sunday. Now Sundays was like a cool day, right? If you worked on a Sunday, you only had to work from 11 to 6. That's it. You're only open from 11 to 6. So you get in there 10:30, get the store ready to open. You're working until 6 p.m. You're done for the day. Cool. Unless Nintendo had a game coming out. If Nintendo had a game coming out, you had to be in there by 8:30 because now your store was opening at 9 a.m., which is an hour earlier than we normally open during the week. And
Nintendo loves to live by their own rules.
Oh yeah, and you were swamped with kids all day.
God.
All day. Mind you, it was cool though. Well, the worst part was though, because of like those little figurines and stuff, especially when it came to Pokemon that you would have.
The amiibos
You
and
were
stuff.
Oh, not this is even before amiibos, just like the little figure they would do like little figurines. There would be so few of those that your store would receive. So now kids are coming in and get these little figurines with their copy of the game, but you ran out within the first hour of all the teenagers to young adults that came in to buy the shit first thing in the morning. Now all these little kids are showing up with their parents later in the day crying because we were out of it.
Sucks to suck, kid.
We had a shady store. We had a great manager at one time, and Miss Jessica, shout out to her wherever she's at, but she ran 3 stores, and it was her policy was there is nothing in the back of this store. If it's here in this store, it's on the floor for sale. And then she left.
Stores did have a sizable back room to hold inventory.
Oh, now we had the last couple ones we had. He used to just hoard the stuff in the back room, for a buddy of his who'd come and buy it, and then throw it up on eBay.
Yeah, forget that kind of crap. Like I never did anything like that.
I mean, I doing it one day.
People too. Like if people came in and said they were, first off, most of the time, most of my guys knew if they pre-ordered from me, it was a guarantee, because that was one of the shady things that they did that I hated. Was they were like, sell through. Well, I've only got so much for pre-order, and I got to guarantee that for these customers because they pre-order it, and they're like, we don't give a shit, sell through. We'll get you more, just sell through.
Yeah,
and
like we'll get you more. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, okay. When which one was Red Dead Redemption 2?
Oh God.
When that one
that was a
out,
shit show.
There was a pre-order bonus. If you pre-ordered it, it came with an unlockable feature. And what was it? Deadeye? It might have been the Deadeye thing. Only available for pre-order. And this is not one that they printed off on a receipt. It was one that was packed into the game. So you only got so many copies of that game, enough for the people who pre-ordered it. All the regular versions were what you were supposed to sell to people. My district manager came in, and this one guy didn't have it pre-ordered, and I told him, I'm sorry, you can have a standard edition. He goes, I want the pre-order bonus. And I was like, but you didn't pre-order it. So I can't guarantee you something that you didn't do. And then my boss was just like, just sell it to him, customer service. And I'm like, yeah, you say that to this guy who I've never seen walk into my store at all. However, the guy who has it pre-ordered that shops with me all the time, I'm going to lose all his business when he comes in to pick up his copy of the game, and I don't fucking have it. Yep. And remember how I said I took a low volume store up to mid volume? It was because I always did go above and beyond for my people. And they appreciated that. And that's why they would drive
right there is
a county and a half over.
Yeah. That GameStop corporate has never understood that it's, whoever's running shit has never understood geek and nerdom. That we like the people that we like. We're going to go out of our way to, if I've been to your store and I had a good experience and I didn't feel awkward and there wasn't some guy jerking off in the corner, I'm
it was probably Robert. It was probably
Robert. That's a story I'm not going to tell here. Oh yeah, it probably was.
So one of my other favorite stories to tell.
Infinite realm.
Old Toothless.
So, don't make me call my friends. You don't have any, Robert. It's okay. But it's they've never understood that.
No, they don't. Well, that's like, so one of my favorite stories to tell is the midnight launches, right? Especially when we're coming around to the age of like the end of the Xbox 360, going into like Xbox One and PS4. So GTA 5 came out. My store is a low volume store. We had well over 300 pre-orders for that game alone. It's really not surprising because it was the biggest selling game of all time. That's coming in, and my boss decides he wants to implement a new system that is loosely based on the system that I already used to do these midnight launches, where we were going to do these things called group numbers. So the way I ran my midnight launch was you came in, you finalized your pre-order like after 9 p.m., where I would take like the little game labels. I'd mark your bag with your game with a number, and then I would also stick that same number on your receipt. Okay, that way you come up to my door at midnight, I hand you your copy of the game, you go the fuck home, you can install it or whatever you got to do and get on right online, start playing with your buddies. We could fly through a midnight launch in like 30 minutes, and now I'm already shutting down my store ready to go home. He wanted to do this group number system where the first 1 through 50 people are in group number 1. So that way they all come into your store, you hand them their game at midnight, and then they're out your
50
door.
50 people inside a GameStop?
At a time, mind you, given most of our store sizes, right? So I was like, yeah, that's way too slow for me. I'm not going to do that. And this is on the conference call we're having at 5 p.m. the day of the midnight launch. And he was like, well, no, you're going to do it. And I was like, well, no, I'm not. I'm going to do my numbered system because it fucking works. And I've got to open up early tomorrow morning and be here throughout the midnight. I'm not going to be stuck in my store till 2 to 3 a.m. doing this stupid group number system.
And your customers don't want that.
Yeah. And he kept telling us, like, no, you got to do it. You got to do it. And I'm like, I'm not going to do it. I was like, look, you said we got to turn our store into a midnight event. You always ask me what my event is. My event is me. Okay. People come to the store for me because of me. I guarantee I'll be here as the midnight event. The only other thing I got planned is Dave is going to go run over to the dealership across the street, jump into a Hummer, yell GTA motherfuckers, and drive it over here with a real police chase. That's all I've got planned. All right. So
God,
he was like,
good time. Why don't, man, how I
miss those
shit
days.
like that.
I miss those days.
Those were the best.
I went to
what
so
the funny
many
part
midnight
is?
launches.
One of the guys who worked over at the dealership was one of my regular customers, and he did totally let us come over and get a Hummer. And a couple of my other customers were cops. So I did manage to stage a small car chase in my parking lot for the midnight launch, which again, people got riled up. It was great. But that night he told me, he goes, I want you to email me when you've actually cleared out of all your people. I was like, all right, fine. Over 300 people showed up for that midnight launch. That was pre-ordered as well as people who were just showing up to buy the game at midnight. I cleared out of everybody by 12:30. Over 300 people in and out my door. And I wrote the email, 100% pickup rate for everybody who finalized their receipts tonight. I'll stay open until 1, just an extra half hour while I clean up. Nobody hears by 1. I'm locking my door, going home, getting a couple hours sleep before I got to be back in here at 9 tomorrow. He was so pissed off.
Of course he was, because he was wrong.
He was, because I totally proved him wrong. I said a group number is bullshit. Individual numbers will get you flying.
What was your favorite? Was that your favorite event?
Midnight launch.
That was my favorite time. That was my favorite time standing up to my boss and being right, which happened a couple of times.
Yeah, we got that.
That was my most favorite time because I had all the numbers to prove it. My favorite event for a midnight launch was Halo 4. It would have been Halo Reach, but by the time Halo 4 came out, again, I was running my store, whereas with Halo Reach, I was still just a third key manager. But again, a bunch of people who had shopped with me, who knew I was a huge Halo lover, I actually had people show up in Spartan Mjolnir armor.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I had quite a few Spartans at my midnight launch.
Cool.
I had pulled back so much marketing materials from other stores because, again, I was a huge Halo fan. So I took home my standees and all the shit that came in my store. So I went around to other stores and got their shit because they didn't
Before-
want it in their store, and I pulled it in my back room. Because unlike most stores, earlier I was just saying most stores didn't have a big back room. My back room was a large one because it was my district manager as well as the next district over's manager. It was their office as well. So it was a pretty big back room.
Nice.
But I put stuff like that back there. And then when we did the midnight launch, we were raffling it off.
Oh, fantastic.
So I went around to other stores, got their stuff, like just again, free promotional stuff like standees and all like that, and put it all in my back room and raffled it off to different people who were there.
That's awesome.
Gave out my gamer tag, so if people wanted to, they could play with me. The problem is my party was always like full all the time, so that didn't always work, or we were doing big team battle. I had a group of guys, we used to call ourselves Team Teabag, whereas myself, my buddy Corey, a buddy of ours up in New York, Bayshore, New York, John, and another buddy, Grim, also from Bayshore, New York, met those guys playing Halo 3, and we just started playing together all the time after that. My buddy Corey is a buddy of mine from high school that, I was still in touch with. And we used to run around and people would get really pissed off playing against us because we were just really that damn good. We get a lot of people that would rage quit. And like the whole time we would do it, we would teabag while we're doing it. So we're hitting the crouch button. And most people were like, oh, that's so disrespectful. That's fucked up. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And then I'd go kill them. And then I'd start teabagging them. And then one of their buddies might come up behind me and kill me. Well, my buddy Corey would sit there and he'd let that guy run off. And then he'd come back and start teabagging my dead body. And the other guy's like, what the fuck is he doing? That's his own teammate. And while he was doing it, he'd just kill him. And then we'd run over and teabag that one. And that's why we called ourselves Team Teabag. People had no idea what the fuck we were doing.
Well,
that made you look stupid. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I know how to spell, Larry. Well, let me ask you, Rowdy. We're talking about the GameStop. What was your favorite GameStop memory? Your midnight release or otherwise.
There's a lot, but like Gears of War was my shit.
Yeah.
So, like all three of those Gears of War, because I went to the midnight launch for the first, and I was a kid, so I had my grandma drop me and my brother off, and we waited in line. She waited in the car, and we had the money, and Gears of War 2, and Gears of War 3 as a collective, those were a lot of fun. I would wait for Emergence Day as well.
Mine was always the Diablos.
Diablos, Blizzard in general.
Yeah, the first for a little while I played World of Warcraft, so I went to a couple midnight releases of those, and it was always a GameStop, but nothing hit me like the Diablo 3 that we had here in Natchitoches. That was that Miss Jessica who's running the store, and she just little purple haired chick. All the best stores are run by purple haired chicks. And no offense, Sir Oz, but
none taken. If I'd had hair, I probably would have had purple hair. Purple's one of my favorite colors.
Oz's colors are purple and green.
Yeah, purple, pink, and green, all the way, baby.
They had everybody dressed
cosplay
up
as Kratos for the God of War ones.
Oh shit,
nice.
That's cool.
But everybody dressed up. Everybody had kind of, some little goth thing going on, or, nobody dressed up like Diablo. We didn't have any serious cosplay, but
wait, Diablo's a person?
Well, he's the big demon at the end.
Yeah, I never got that far because I was like, When did that come out? 2001.
He's the Lord of
First
Destruction.
3, yeah.
Diablo 2.
Yeah, Diablo
2 would have been 90s. Wasn't that
Yeah, I was too
97?
young. I didn't play it till 2010 in high school. I had it on a
I
flash.
might be getting it confused with Diablo 1, actually.
No, they've got all 3 of them. They got Diablo 1 kind of, they've redone it so it looks a little better and you can play it.
Little refresh.
Yeah, it's like $9 off of Blizzard. Diablo 2, they did Resurrected. They just actually, it's the first game that I know of that's over 30 years old that they just added a brand new character class to it.
Neat.
So you can play a warlock. And it's still got, they still got seasonal stuff. Diablo 3 still has a strong seasonal thing. I don't play it much anymore, but Diablo Floor, that's the, you haven't heard of that one. It's that.
That's the one where you drink until you see demons.
That's it. You knew. Diablo.
That was me on that first live stream open mic that we did.
Yeah,
I was fucking wasted.
Yeah, you were.
2 weeks ago, I was fucking trashed.
Oh man.
Oh, listen.
Diablo
speaking of,
too.
you know, now to segue a little bit, what the fuck is up with Hasbro releasing figures for a movie that's over 10 years old?
Because it's Hasbro.
You talking about the legacy ones?
Yeah, who the fuck is I mean, listen, I'm always looking for an Olivia Wilde figure. Any way, shape, or form. I'm down for that. But I seen that. I got the email.
I think it's Disney.
Hasbro.
I think Disney was like, we have this movie coming out. You need to make Tron stuff. And Hasbro saw the response when they revealed it at the con and we're like, well, we better bundle this all together so it actually sells.
Even
and then they popped it
Ares
for $140.
Ares is almost 2 years old now, isn't it?
No, it came out last year.
It came out
Last year.
Oh, was it last year?
Yeah, it was just last year. It was a really, really awesome 9 Inch Nails music video.
Yeah. Well, I mean, shit, Legacy was nothing but a Daft Punk video, just kind of like Larry's Geek World.
What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up, Larry?
Why keep the box? What's going on?
Just got home from work. I was actually watching you guys, listening really while I was driving home. So hence why when I said Halo Reach was the best, I missed the team.
Yeah.
We're eating a handful of memberries and talking about GameStop.
There you go.
Halo
I remember
Reach was the best.
They just closed like 2 or 3 of them around me not too long ago.
Matt, listen, my friend who works the one about an hour south of me, she's pretty good corporate bootlicker. Her words, not mine. And
don't mind
she's just the only ones that are still open are the retro stores.
Yeah.
So if it's not a retro store, it's if you don't have retro games and you know,
I mean, that's what really, because you can't buy the retro stuff digitally per se. And there's just something so comforting about putting a cartridge in a console and playing. Yeah. Like, even when there was the change up to the discs, it was still so much more satisfying to take a cartridge and pop it into a system.
And nobody can take it away from you.
Yeah.
Hi, Chaos.
She's in the bathroom and her son was screaming at her.
Hi, Chaos. This
is cool.
They've even got it now where some of the ones that are on CD, they've blocked it where you can't play it if you're not online.
Yeah. A lot of that stuff was coming up with, around the time I was actually getting out of the company where they were doing stuff like that. And I mean, I get it. It's their IPs. They don't want people to be able to pirate and all like that. And it makes it a lot harder to pirate when you do that. But at the same point in time, too, there's just, I don't know, something satisfying about owning a game and knowing you own a game and you can always play that fucking game.
Like this.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
remember when that triple pack came out?
Oh, that. Yeah, I bought that at Target.
I've still got the big box that came in the mini nuke.
Yep. Yeah, Fallout 4 Collector's Edition. Yeah.
These are all next to the computer for some reason.
Cataclysm.
That's the last World of... You know what? Oh, I stopped playing World of Warcraft. There's this thing you can do where you type in /played and it will tell you to the second how long you've played the game.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw 370 days plus some hours, I turned it off and I ain't turned it back.
The whole year of your life.
A year of my life.
Larry, what'd you get?
These came in yesterday.
Oh, the bikes.
They were on sale, and I also got an additional 20% off some ad that was going on.
I'm jealous.
On like Instagram. I think it cost like $122 with shipping for all 3 bikes.
I was so confused when Nacelle was like, "Yeah, we're bringing back Biker Mice from Mars," and I was like, "But where are the bikes?" I mean, RoboForce, sure, like okay, but like Biker Mice from Mars, it's in the it's such a key part of them and the toys.
It's in the fucking name, Biker Mice.
And so like their first whole wave, and there's not a single bike announced, and I was like, "What the fuck are they doing?"
I have the figures. I don't have the bikes. And I remember seeing them on clearance at Walmart for like $20, and I missed.
I've never seen them at Walmart at all. So,
well, I didn't see them personally. But people
at Walmart.
That RoboForce was the absolute worst piece of shit toy I have ever laid. I took it back. I came, I opened it live on air, and I was so pissed. I was like, fuck this shit. I took it back to Walmart.
Was that a show?
It was a toy. Let me tell you how old RoboForce is. I got RoboForce as a kid for a birthday present at a McDonald's birthday party.
That sounds about right.
That's pretty old.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was like 1980.
They had like that little plastic hosing for the legs and the bendability of it all.
Yeah, they had little accordion arms and a suction
cup. The new RoboForce has none of that. I was like,
you know who's a partial owner of Nacelle? Ryan Reynolds.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me.
God, he owns about everything.
That makes me sad. I should expect better.
He's got a diversified portfolio, as they would say.
But he's also partial owner at Aviator Gin, and it sucks. So
I've not tried it. Then again, I'm not good into hard liquor.
My days, I've been 15 years sober now, so
well,
I don't have to worry about. I'm California sober, so it's still smoke green.
California sober, I got you.
But I just don't drink anymore. That was killing me. But I probably
he's got phones too.
Yeah, speaking of which, I switched to Mint Mobile not too long ago.
Ryan Reynolds got you. He got you.
It's the fact I don't have to pay once every 3 months, and it's still cheaper than what I was paying every month for my bill.
Right.
I like Nacelle's got a good. They've got good properties.
Their Star Trek stuff looks good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, agreed.
The Star Trek stuff is probably their most impressive.
I haven't seen a single figure of that anywhere.
I haven't either, just the pictures and renders, but they look good. They look good.
But I also saw pictures of that Biker Mice of Mars, which I don't have a stake in. That's not my bag.
I like the Biker Mice. They're fine. They're not like perfect or anything. They're fine.
I saw the RoboForce too, and I liked what I saw. Those things but it was just whoever is working at Nacelle has no idea how to make toys. They are
who the owners are.
I'll tell you what Nacelle reminds me of. It reminds me of McFarlane in the early days. I'm talking like first 3 to 4 years.
Well, here's the thing, Max. They call themselves a diversified media company. They don't call themselves a toy company. because they're
Well,
trying to
they
relaunch all
started
these
with-
properties in different ways as well.
Yeah.
Well, Nacelle was the guys that started the whole Netflix, the toys that made us, right?
Yeah, they made that.
Yeah.
Which is a good show too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it was a great show. Like I said, I was watching that, and then I got my son to sit down and start watching Mike Young production Masters of the Universe with me. And I was telling him about how I had all the Masters of the Universe toys when I was a kid. And he was like, "Ooh, I'd like some He-Man toys, Dad." So I went and I started looking at lots online to see what they were going for. And I told him, I was like, "Yep, buddy, Daddy wished he had some He-Man toys too." Because I wasn't paying those prices. And
Sorry,
then
kid.
2 years later, Origins came out. And I was
There
like,
you go.
"Oh, we getting some He-Mans."
There you go.
That's
I
what
was
that
so
was
happy.
for, you know.
I was
That
so
was-
happy when I found that Origins Castle Grayskull at my Meijer for like $44.
Was
Oh my God.
Origins the ones that were more to scale? They were more lifelike in
No,
articulation.
No.
Origins was the updated articulation of the original 5.5 figures.
Oh, okay, all right.
Masterverse was the 7-inch with
That
better articulation. That was this basically spiritual successor of Classics. That was supposed to be that newer adult collector line.
those were good-looking toys.
I'm excited for the movie figures. Those are going to be
Me
my
too.
first Masters of the Universe ones because they're Marvel Legends scale, and that's what the 6-inch scale I like. Those are 6.5.
Well,
They look really cool.
go out there and find at a Walmart if you can. I know the ones up here by me they don't even carry Masters of the Universe anymore. They got in that new collector toy gondola thing they had like in the middle of their aisles last year. They got them all in at the very end of the year, and they all had like the same 5 figures on them, and that was it. And it was like, I'm not getting any of this. I got out of Masterverse just because I was spreading my money too thin between buying Masterverse, Origins, and then I started to go down the Mythic Legions rabbit hole. And then so I was like, all right, well, I'll back off of the Masterverse, but I'll keep up with Origins. But then all of my retailers stopped carrying Origins. I mean, Target stayed pretty good.
Yeah,
But, like, all the
Target's about
Walmarts
the
and
only
stuff.
place.
Well, now Target's decreasing their toy section by 50% at all stores across the company.
Yeah.
I wonder why, because they cost so much. They're
They
paying
gotta
more
make-
too.
They got to make room
This
for those
year?
blind box balls.
Well, they're looking at the trends. They're looking at what's selling. And unfortunately, toys are not selling how they used to. And so they're shortening down their toy sections, which only makes more retail sense. Mind you, for the first time in ages, the last 2 years, the kidult, as they call it now, the kidult demographic. Now, what that means is children aged 12 to 50. That's that age demographic. For the last 2 years, were the first time we've outbought toddlers.
Yeah, and
That's
and
toy market.
people say that toys are still for kids, and it's really not the case because there's kids' toys, yes, but the market for children is not what it was when we were kids because there's no cartoons, there's
different.
no advertisement, there's no push for these kids to want to see it.
Yep.
They're all on their tablets watching YouTube.
But I want
Exactly.
to counter that argument because when we walk into the aisles that we like, which is where Star Wars I'm going to go with a Target layout. You've got, the Transformers, G.I. Joe, and a few of the what is it? The Spin Master.
Spin Masters.
Yeah. Then you've got the Lego aisle and the Star Wars and the wrestling figures, and then you've got the aisles with the kids, toddlers, and girl aisles. Which of those aisles are always fully stocked?
Every one of them but action figures. If it's an action figure aisle, it's mostly bare bones.
Monster
Now-
High
Yeah.
stacked.
Here's the biggest thing about that selling demographic. and it'll probably piss quite a bit of you off. One of the main reasons the action figure aisles, with the exception of a few brands, the main reason that they're so empty, and I hate to say this, I have a big feeling the majority of it is scalpers. People who are literally going in there and buying the stuff that they know we're after, that they can demand a higher price for.
Shit, some of them, it's not even hitting the shelf before it's going to the scalper.
You've seen the Pokemon scalpers.
Yeah, you got some of those those boxes are being held in the back until a certain customer shows up, and I asked the guy at the Target in Shreveport the other day. I was like, "Hey, listen, if you get this Hammond collection piece, I'm looking for it," and he's like, "Man, if I get one, I've got it already promised to 2 people." I was just like, "Man, fuck you! I'm better than
yeah, exactly. Like, he's part of the reason I can't buy my toys at retail." But so it's become so much easier for us to just buy online, from other retailers like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. It's just so much easier for us to buy from them directly than to even bother with going and hunting in the stores. So the stores are making their money for that age group, but it's not us that's really shopping for it.
Can we pause for 1 second to recognize how chopped this RC is? She is chopped as hell. I don't know what the hell.
Which RC is it?
Like a little.
That's the core class.
Below one.
Oh,
okay.
She is chopped. Poor thing.
You know what? Why keep the box? I too have thought about getting a job at a retail outlet just so I can get first dibs on my shit.
Well, I mean, at this point, I'm about ready to get a second part-time job working 3 days a week just so I can keep collecting.
Right.
But, the other thing is when people say that kids don't play with toys, I counter that all the time.
Oh, yeah, they're absolutely playing with
as long as their parents play with toys, they play with toys.
That's part of it. It's like when parents will say, "Man, I wish my kid played with toys," because I tell them about how Connor will play with toys, and they'll be like, "I wish my kids would play with toys." And I was like, "When's the last time you sat down and played with them?" Kids want to play
is much better
with people. They don't want to play by themselves necessarily. Well, if all their friends own game systems and their parents that aren't toy collectors aren't buying them toys, they're not going to play with the toys that you buy for them. They want to play with their friends online. But if you sit down and you play with them, then that drives a different narrative, because Connor loves going out and doing toy hunts.
Now, I do want to make a statement here. Make sure that the kids you're going to play with are your kids. Don't just show up at the park.
Don't be showing up at the playground
to play with you. That will not end well. So
that's not going to end well for any of us.
I hate that we had to clarify that, but
that's
the world we live in.
The playground and play with kids. Well, no.
Can I play in the sandbox with your little boy? No.
But yeah, Connor absolutely loves getting toys. He loves playing with toys. But when he's home at his mom's house, like, even his little brother doesn't play toys with him, because he's into different stuff. He's got a different dad, so he's into different stuff. But Connor's into the toys. But Connor started calling himself a poser. He was like, "I'm a poser because I pose my action figures." I was like, "Connor, that's not what you think it means."
Don't call yourself a poser.
I was like, "Please don't call yourself a poser. You have no idea how hard it's going to be to come back from
flashbacks to the 90s and skateboard."
To add on to that, it's not just playing with your kids. That's always something. Me and my daughter have had plenty of experiences like that, and I know it's gotten her into a little bit of collecting, but it's media. It's something that the big difference between the kids now, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's the game consoles and stuff like that," and that may be a little bit of it, but a lot of what it is, they're buying figures of those look, you put out a Gears of War figure. If they're playing those games, they're going to buy those figures. It's media. The lack of media, something that we had as a kid back in the the 80s, that we had Transformers,
we were literally programmed.
Yeah. you will buy these
100%.
Your
toys.
capitalism got you good.
That's
But-
why they changed the laws so that they couldn't do that to us anymore.
Yeah, they
but
had to be
still-
educational
but they
show.
do. Rowdy, you were affected reading your Spider-Man comics.
Oh
You know, watching X-Men
All
97.
propaganda for the young minds.
Yeah. You know,
It was.
uh,
That's why they would put those key phrases. I mean, Mattel
Mighty Morphin Power
literally had.
Rangers was everything I liked directly into my brain.
Yeah,
Yep.
Mattel literally went out and had psychologists figure out how to advertise to kids. That's an actual thing that's in their financial reports.
I don't know the
They
best way
hired
to advertise
psychologists.
and the best way
Couldn't
to
collect
advertise
them
action
all.
figures. Have a good fucking story.
At the
But,
back. Well, that's why like the Filmation He-Man for me doesn't quite do it anymore. Because it was all those like, bad guy of the week, toy of the week, right? But like sit down for the Mike Young production where there's an actual continual story. Like, yeah, there's a couple of episodes where it's like introducing a new villain of the week, but at the end of it, there's this big overarching story from season to season, which has always been cool to me.
I mean, that's
And that holds
X-Files
up
too.
better.
We need X-Files toys.
I just
Yeah.
always hated being fucking preached to on my shows. That was He-Man. That's why I hated.
Hey, look, I'm
hated
going to say
just
those
like,
PSAs.
let me tell
people-
you why, Stinkor didn't have a good time this week because he was wrong to his friends. I'm like, Stinkor's a bad guy. He should be wrong to his friends. Go kick his ass, He-Man. Don't be telling me what he did wrong.
Think about it, though. That was programming, too, because how many times do we say common sense ain't common sense anymore?
Get
All the
Jesus out of my action figures.
Those little
Unless they're
PSAs
Jesus action
kept us
figures.
from
Except for the Jesus
kept us
action figures.
from-
He can stay
Hey,
there.
B13, baby. Chris Garwich all the way.
I
Look,
hated
want
that,
my
man.
I want my black Jesus and I want my spectral blue ghost Jesus.
Where's my spaghetti?
I want my baby Jesus. You pray to your Jesus. I'll pray to mine.
He's got his baby Jesus.
You know he grew up, right? You pray to your Jesus. I'll
Shake and
pray-
bake, motherfuckers.
They got
I
hot rod.
absolutely I love the fact that Chris decided to start his own toy line and he was like, I'm gonna do the actual classic art, renditions and make them into toys. And it was a great idea because he's like, we'll do one where they're going to look like sculptures, like you may have seen. We're going to do it where they're going to look like it was in a painting. We're going to do it like where it's realistic. And then we're just going to do all these other weird, crazy colors because we fucking can.
Well, like you were talking about running with now, I'm hesitant to bring them up because I don't own a single one of their figures, but the figure obscuras. And I know that this is about to start a 3-hour fucking conversation before, because
You
want to
know why Clubhouse goes so long?
No, you be quiet. You're going to start this shit. I know it. But
I am.
when they started doing like the Anubis, the Bast, and a lot of the old, the Ganesh,
Do you need assistance?
Yep.
they're
That's right.
beautiful. Those are beautiful
Well,
figures.
there is no doubt
Okay.
Eric Treadaway's sculpting work is not some of the most beautiful ever. Earlier, when you brought up the early days McFarlane, one of the reasons that those toys were successful as they were for so many years is because before the Four Horsemen were the Four Horsemen, they started at McFarlane.
Yeah.
And all
Real,
of those high
real quick,
details
hold
and
on. Pause that thought just for 1 second. Chaos. I was a young man. The only thing I was watching
might get more.
Sailor Moon for was Sailor Mercury. So I didn't care about anything else.
Mine was Mars. I had a thing for Mars.
You would.
But he's even after McFarlane, they went to Mattel. They did the 2000X
Oh,
He-Man
please don't
toys.
fall.
You first told me Ganesh.
No, I said
You're full of it.
This is
Not the
this is gonna be an accident. I'm getting anxiety.
Oh, and that's the new
Everyone behave. Santa's here. Okay.
Oh,
the naughty or
not.
not. And those are the retailer ones, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I love these ones.
freaking great. They are good. I need to get the retail ones.
Those are fantastic.
So far, I'm still 100% on Figure Obscura, except for the latest retailer wave. I haven't gotten all those yet.
Like they did Jacob Marley.
Yep.
I got
And
the retailer one of him up there.
Just phenomenal figures. And again, I don't own a single one. So tell your buddies to take pity on me and send me a big old loot crate. But that's Santa
The first
Claus.
hit's always free. Ask Robbie.
Yeah, the first one's free, man. What you need? What
First
you need,
hit's
man?
always free.
Yeah, no, Oz bought me my first Mythic Legions. The
Yep.
Lilith, right? That's how it's.
Yes.
See, I
The
remember.
Ganesha is amazing too.
One of the daughters of Necronomus. That the Ganesha really impressed. So I always like to say that figure like each Eric Treadaway somehow is in my brain and knows how to connect with me somehow for Figure Obscura releases. So the first one that they were going to put out was the Headless Horseman. However, the Headless Horseman didn't quite make it to production in time. So they had already started working on Krampus. So Krampus was the first release.
Right.
Did you
And
say Krampus?
And it was
I
that
said
one.
Krampus.
I will admit, no disrespect, it was a good sculpt, but it was still kind of
Oh, it's so
was
twisted and so good with the lore. So that was really cool for me because I always like a little bit of a darker Christmas anyway. But then Headless Horseman came out, and for me, my favorite holiday is Halloween. And like you released an action figure that looks amazing, that encapsulates everything that I love about the holiday. And then that year for Christmas, their next Christmas release was Father Christmas. Now, my mom, she collected Santa Clauses. So naturally, I was like, all right, I'm sold. I bought Father Christmas.
it was a great figure.
Yep. Oh, it's outstanding. Again, there's reasons that I bought the retailer variants of each of these as well, just because they're so good. Like buying them twice, I wasn't mad about. Then they came out with the Monkey King. And I'm a huge fan of Journey to the West. Like it hit me. So I was like, all right, I'm buying this one. And then after that one hit, we had, I'm trying to think, was that year for Christmas or Halloween? They did.
They really touch almost everything they do. I love. You know what I think it is? And present company excluded, definitely. I think it's their fans that make me not want to buy their toys. Again, present company excluded. But everything they've done, I have been absolutely impressed with.
The sculpts and the paint are gorgeous on all of the figures.
And that fucking dragon.
I can't wait for that to come in.
I cannot wait.
Larry bought 5 of them.
Larry, you got yours getting delivered, or are you going to do the pickup event?
Huh? Oh, it's getting delivered. I don't live close enough to Jersey for that. That's like a 10-hour drive for me.
I'm waiting for the chaos.
I'm doing the pickup.
I'm sorry to tell you, but I got 5 dragons, and I don't know where I don't know where you're gonna live now.
I got 1 dragon. I got
that's how you afford the 5 dragons. You got to get into human trafficking.
I'm gonna have him resting over my cat slayer like he's like a cat sleeping across the neck as soon as he comes in.
No one said anything about my claws.
Well, see, I know you say that you don't. It's sometimes the fans they keep you out of collecting,
glad
and
I'm
I can understand.
I'm not monetized.
These are made out of wood.
I made some out of cardboard one year, so don't feel bad.
My experience with the vast majority of the Mythic Legions fans is they are absolutely amazing people who
they are. I'm
they
being
go above and beyond to help you out. I mean,
a bit.
Brett Stoddard, he's one of the guys within the community. He's not in the Cabal because he doesn't have Facebook. His name's El Tidy. He was on the streams with us last week, and it was crazy. For every stream that he was on, what he was doing was he was giving away a core rule book. And then the studio came on and said, "We're gonna." You did, I remember. And the studio jumped in and said that they were matching his giveaway with pairing each one of them with one of the skeleton fighters.
Yep.
So everybody who won one gets a core rule book and a fighter. But that's from, again, it started as something from one of the fans.
That's awesome.
And he's also the guy that last year when we took Connor to Maryland Toy Expo, they were doing a raffle at the Four Horsemen table for test shots.
Oh.
And they did one giveaway in the morning, and then they did one giveaway in the afternoon. I won one of the ones in the morning, and I was like, okay, cool. Well, in the afternoon, Brett won all three. And he got the test shot that he wanted to get. And then he immediately turned around the next prize that he had won, since he got all three of the giveaways that they were doing the second. He just turned around and handed Connor the figure. He was like, "Here you go." And that was Connor's first figure from the Four Horsemen.
Something that we need to explain. Now, I absolutely know all the details about this, but for those out there who don't know, what is the Cabal? Again, I absolutely know everything about this. Just for those that don't, tell me what.
I know this, Max. It's the Legion's fan base. It's their fan channel.
Yes, it is the Legion's fan group, started by Walter, and he started this fan group for people who were fans of Mythic Legions, and it grew and grew and grew and is growing. And the funny part is because like the Cabal, like people would comment about Cosmics in there. Eventually they've got the Cosmic Cabal and the Figure Obscura Cabal. And I'm guessing now there's an Infinite Legions Cabal, since the first Infinite Legions figures are finally starting to get into fans' hands. There's probably going to be, well, I guess, I don't know. There's going to end up being a fan group for the RPG. What else?
Listen, that Kickstarter went through the roof.
Oh, it was insane. And being a part of that.
1.5 million?
It was funded in like what, 20 minutes?
I think it ended at.
It's 1.5. It was 1.573 by 9 p.m. on there. Now, mind you, they're still doing late backing, so you can still have a chance to go in and back it. And those numbers do not reflect the retail orders.
Yeah, because Big Bad Toy Store has them up, and so do other places, right?
Yep. Yeah. So all the retailers that are planning on making orders, they had a special section where they could go. And mind you, they weren't trying to just market to their usual fans. One of the reasons they did a Kickstarter, they could have done a normal pre-order for this, just like they do everything else. They didn't really need the money to get this stuff produced. They chose Kickstarter to do it because there's kind of a built-in audience for tabletop RPGs that have no idea that Mythic Legions is a thing.
Well, I kind of wonder, because I know that they're definitely not running a numbers racket like D&D, but when I'm not saying number, like gameplay. I'm wondering what they based it off. Is it off of the Pathfinder system? Is it their own system?
It's the open source. It's, to my knowledge, it's D&D 5th edition.
Yeah,
open source. So that's what they've adapted from. Yeah, if that is. I haven't been into the RPG market in more modern years as I was way back when I was trying to get together groups for Werewolf and stuff like that back in the day.
Yeah, I'm a 1st and 2nd edition. Faco for life, bitches. But
But they wanted to open themselves up to a new customer base. They knew the fans would buy it if they just released the action figures alone. They wanted to open it up to a new group of possibilities. Potential buyers.
Something that I hope that they do with this, because I've followed it a little bit. I'm kind of with you. I'm not into the RPG realm anymore, but I have a lot of friends who are. But one thing I do like is miniatures.
Mhm.
And I'm really hoping that if Mythic Legions, with the sculpt capabilities that they have, if they start competing with WizKids / NECA and producing a 25 millimeter miniature.
Well, I mean, they've got the
That's
minis
gonna
of all the
be-
current figures that they showed off.
I pre-ordered the Warlock lady because they did not have a female rogue. That's the one I pre-ordered.
Are
Heck
they 25 millimeter?
I believe
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah, you
I-
could have went
I
in and
went
just
all
backed
in.
for the game and the minis if you wanted to.
or just the minis by itself.
How
Yeah,
did,
it
how,
was a
I,
mini
how
fun.
did I miss the miniatures? I've actually.
Well, they've
I'm
still got
looking.
late backing up. You could
Those
go
are-
on there right now and go to
I'm
the
pretty sure those
Kickstarter.
are
Yeah,
big bad
I was
toy store.
just write a check, Max. You got all that fucking Hasbro Pulse money. You
I'm pretty
just
sure the
write-
miniatures are on Big Bad Toy Store
Yeah.
as well. I think the whole set is on Big Bad Toy Store.
Yeah, as a
Yeah,
matter
they
of
have,
fact, Big
4
Bad
sets.
Toy Store has all the elements,
So-
game wise and all. The only thing you would have missed out on right now is just a couple of the Kickstarter exclusive stuff, which again, if they're doing late, I
Those are
think they
neat.
pretty much said at 9 p.m. the cutoff. I don't know. We talked with Jeremy like a billion times that day.
No
and
kaiju.
you would think I'd remember all
You
this
write a
stuff.
blank check to Max. How about
There you
that?
go. He may not be monetized on YouTube, but he'll open up his PayPal for you to make donations so he can get the mini.
Everyone's getting free tarot readings too, so there's that added element of that.
Yeah.
I did promise Rowdy that I would do some tarot readings, but I failed in that.
I mean, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just pulling cards. So there's
Best way to do it, right? Because that's what you feel.
these are my girlfriend's cards. I
I'm not
promised
going to
them-
do tarot readings tonight, though. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I got.
Uh-oh.
So
Well, this card is temperance. You know that what that pertains to right now, right? No, I'm just
Yeah,
I'm-
there's none of that in the world. It's
I
all
should put these
tower.
away before I mess up the juju.
It's all tower. That's all it is. It's all tower.
yeah.
I'm literally just touching all of my girlfriend's stuff over here. Everything that I've grabbed is like hers. Like the Santa I bought, but it's hers.
Oh.
I gave it to her.
I'm gonna see.
So
What?
when we don't hear from you for a couple weeks, we know to
Well, these are
send
mine.
send
These are
somebody by for a wellness check.
I
Just send up
made
the
these.
flare, Riley.
I made these.
It's above my size bed.
Miss Cleo, you call now. I'll get you your fortune. Is everything you need to know. Just send me
I tell you everything
$5.99 for the
about
first
yourself.
minute, $20 for each.
You know what's right by the
additional minute.
computer, Max? Yes.
Aw, that's lovely.
Look at that.
Max painted that and he sent it to my girlfriend for her birthday.
That's awesome.
It sits right here by the computer.
Trish wanted me to show off her Marvel
Is it-
tarot cards.
Oh,
I was gonna say, is that
Nice.
Superman
Cool.
tarot card?
No, it's Marvel. That's Doctor Strange.
Oh, it is
Yeah,
Doctor Strange.
Where's
Stop.
Scarlet Spider?
Spider.
Scarlet Spider. Version 1,
listen,
Ben
I'm
Riley.
probably on that
Hoodie.
list, the
I don't know if he's
Terratist
in this
list,
list.
so let's just chill.
Spider-Man.
Okay?
Yeah, Iron Man though. Iron Man though.
Give him here.
Just chill with that
I can
accusation,
sort through it faster
kaiju.
than he could.
Oh, I got the book
There's
in my way.
Deadpool.
There's Deadpool.
As the fool.
Of
Of
course.
There you go. I'm surprised he is not
He's like,
riding a
"Go."
unicorn.
See, my
Yeah, me
my
too.
here. I think I've.
Okay, so which ones do they want to see?
It says something about Scarlet Spider, but I'm not sure if he's in it.
Spider-Man there's that one, that's Gwen.
There's Spider Gwen. She's in this.
All
set.
right, fine.
There
I
you
will.
go.
I
These are
will
still
join
fairly
the
new.
party.
Oh,
What's that?
Matt, where's Oz? Grab your cards.
How about
I don't have cards. I only have runes. I'd have to go dig them out of my box downstairs.
Go get your runes.
Loki.
Go get your runes.
I go
See,
cast
all
my
I have-
runes.
All I have is the golden tarot in
Oh, that
front of
gambit's
me right
cool.
now.
That's sick.
Remember the name.
I think it's like
that little
16th century
Got Loki here.
French.
You see what I've done, everyone? I've unleashed chaos into your lives.
should-
All of
Christ,
these are
you
your
gotta be in
readings.
there.
Yeah, literally
All of
chaos.
these cards are your readings, and you are so fucked. I'm sorry to say, you are.
There
so
it is, people. That's where we're at right now.
There you go.
You know what show was really
Black
good that had tarot in it was the Agatha All Along. That show was fun.
I still haven't got set because I refuse to
cute.
pay for. I'm
It's
not
very
going to
witchy
pay
show.
for Disney.
If
Disney
you would all
Plus.
like
Aw.
witchy stuff, you'll like it.
That's the lovers.
The
card.
lovers. Aw.
There we go. The lovers. MJ and Spider-Man. It was the
Story.
most tragic story. They ripped MJ from
Wait,
Spidey.
oh, we got this one.
Well, Kaiju, then you
Like,
got
yeah,
it.
Keeps, like,
What
handing
do
me
the
all
cards
cards.
mean?
Oh, I was
What do
wrong.
you
This
want
set
for?
is from Milan. So there you go.
Age of
Ooh.
Cups.
Got
All right,
Fancy.
guys. Oh, well, that was Miles. That's cool.
Miles Morales.
Mhm.
Ooh, Moon Knight.
Moon Knight.
That's perfect. The moon.
Nice.
Guys,
Just
it
makes
has been a blast, but my phone is on the verge of dying because
Oh, no.
StreamYard eats this battery alive.
Yeah.
Sir Oz, it's
Plug
been
yourself,
wonderful
Oz.
having you.
Plug yourself.
You
Plug
want to
your-
here? Yeah, plug yourself, bud.
Well, every Saturday night on the Clubhouse, Ostradamus Toys Clubhouse, we go from about 10 p.m. ish till whatever time Sunday morning we feel like stopping. It's pretty much open mic if I know who you are. Don't mind sending you a link and you
Everybody's
jump
favorite.
on with us. We definitely have a blast. We talk about all things toys and sometimes a lot more shit. Sometimes stuff gets really real on Clubhouse. So yeah, definitely check it out. Now I say every Saturday night. I'm not sure if I will be doing one tomorrow. I probably will be, but I don't want to say that I'm definitely doing one. Typically, even if I don't
Like
host the
you.
Clubhouse, one of the other guys that's normally on screen with me will do a show. Typically, I know Cobb's been running it lately, but he just moved into a new place, so I don't know if he'd do it. But like Kenzo or Ed or even Brick has the ability to run the show without me if I'm not there. So the show may still go on even if I don't get there. But I got a big day planned with my son tomorrow. We're gonna hit up a Denny's breakfast so we can try the new Masters of the Universe menu, and then we're going to see the Super Mario Galaxy movie right afterwards.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah. And I think by the time I'm done with him tomorrow, I might be a little bit tired and feel like, you know what? Dad just wants to relax and do nothing. Oh, heck yeah.
Ooh,
What is that?
That's Jeff.
that's the land shark.
Yeah, it is. My name is Jeff.
My name is
Yeah.
Daredevil.
This is my
Nice.
friend
All right,
Heston.
guys.
You.
It's been real. I'll
Good
see
night,
you
Oz.
around.
Oz.
Take it easy, Oz. Good meeting you, bud. Oh.
Oh no, we lost Roddy.
No, come back, Rowdy.
Why'd you kick me out?
I'm only going to be here for 5 minutes, Rowdy.
Why'd you kick me out?
There you go.
Yeah, I
No-
wouldn't
no
know
Miles.
what that's like.
I mean, yep.
My
No,
dad's
no Scarlet.
No Scarlet. We had Miles,
Mhm.
Morales. We had Gwen,
Oh,
Ghost Spider.
oh, my biceps are killing me. Oh my god.
Oh,
Are you trying to flex?
No, my arms hurt. I've been having to work
Uh-huh.
in stock control.
I've been
For the whole week.
working out so
No, I'm.
sore.
Oh, my
You know, I literally picked up boxes for a job. Like heavy shit.
That hurt.
Good. Don't cry, Max. It'll be okay.
I might.
Another drink?
Oz is a great guy. Oz is awesome.
Another shot?
I can't believe that you haven't
Just
crossed paths with him before,
Yes, sir.
Max. That's
Just soda?
I'm YouTube's best kept secret. Nobody wants to talk about me.
Oz is great. Oz is great. I talk about you. I always talk about you.
Oh my god.
Maybe not always good. I'm just kidding. You know it's all love, Max.
Stop it.
We got other targets elsewhere, you know.
She got me. She talks about me enough. She told me I look bushy. So I had to go.
Yeah, you trimmed your beard.
I had to go do a little trim.
You look like you had been hibernating for a little bit, Max. It's okay.
I was hibernating a little bit. I just did not want to all this.
I really
trying to hold you accountable, Max. That's all.
I need it. I need somebody to say, "Damn, Max, what happened?" You know, I've got a picture of me that I used to have in my portfolio of me back in the late 90s. Black and white photo. I'm ripped, son. And you know, shirtless.
You gotta use that as your profile picture so people don't mess with you.
Soul patch that runs all the way down. Just comes down about 4 inches. And my mohawk just looking good. I'm pretty sure it was drugs, but you know, I look good.
The drugs keep you lean.
And they always, all my clients would flip through my portfolio and see that picture, and they'd be like, "Is that you?" We're like, "Yeah." They're like, "What happened?" I'm
Why
like,
keep the box treading on thin ice? Because I was born in the 1900s. Okay.
Got a picture from the night. I got a bunch of pictures from the 1900s.
Yeah.
I got some from
1900s. You say?
Yeah.
That's almost 30 years ago. You know,
fuck off.
What? Stop making me feel old.
Listen, no, I was born in 1990 and I'm 35, so it was 36 years ago. Okay.
I'm gonna be 51 in a week.
Wow, I'll be 45 in August.
Oh no, I'm doing math wrong because I'm stoned as shit. Forget what I said.
I'm a bicentennial baby.
Nice.
See the powers that I have? Not so funny anymore, is it, Max?
Oh my god.
About time you started asserting some authority.
Now I'm the top. How do I fix this? Can I drag?
No, you're fine.
Your show.
Look at that.
No, it's your show. There you go.
Hey, this is a show.
I've still got my wits about me. Mostly. There's a whole 12-pack. I'm glad I'm not drinking it. That would be a bad idea. I gotta work in the morning.
I was tempted to go pick up like a 6-pack of Mike's or Reds or something.
I used to kill some Smirnoff Ice, the 6-packs.
Oh yeah,
that was my shit growing up. I would drink 6 and I would be fucking.
You know, I've got a brand new bottle of Kettle One sitting on the top of my spice rack that has been unopened for almost a year now.
Wow.
And I can't tell you the last time.
There'll be a reason to celebrate soon. Trust me. The way that one guy's mental health and dementia is going, you know, the one guy. There'll be something to celebrate pretty soon.
We're gonna see it. I am absolutely ecstatic with this. Who was it that said if not for the sheer stupidity of fascists, we would be overrun.
Right?
But seeing our dear First Lady talk about how I am absolutely not in Epstein. I did not know Epstein.
I did not sleep with that man.
I'm like,
I did not have sexual relations with that man.
Yeah.
My name is Melania Trump. That's my Melania impression.
Speaking of toys, nobody asked for.
Making my clothing lines. You must make the clothing to sell so that I make the money. There you go. First lady.
That woman brought down, I don't know what her old man did to piss her off.
No, listen, this is what happened. The Iran war was to distract from the files, and then they had to distract from the Iran war with the files. That's what happened. Like, fuck, this is going terribly. I am that duck.
That's what we need a reboot of. Why don't we have a new Darkwing Duck?
It's supposed to be coming back.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
it'll
we
be
bringing
on
them back.
Disney Plus, and I ain't paying for that shit.
Was that a good Melania impression? I don't think I've ever heard her talk before.
Who knows? I've never heard 5 words out of that woman's mouth till yesterday.
I couldn't tell you. I don't pay no attention
Just
to her.
like this. Yes. Yes.
And then swapping her hand away, or her husband's hand away from her every time.
Don't touch me. You disgust
That's
me.
both hand.
As I was setting up this page, apparently there were a number of news releases that the audio files that she was referring to that don't exist, that do exist, have dropped, and I just haven't went and looked and seen what hilarity
Oh my
ensues.
god! So no spoilers, but like I talked about this a little bit on my stream. But the first episode of The Boys, holy shit! That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, the what? Yeah,
What the fuck?
That dude getting his ass
they
whooped with a
wrote
penis.
these seasons before all this shit happened. So
Hey, listen, Garth Ennis has always been about that life.
yeah, but that's like nothing like the comic book at this point. I mean, it's kind of a little bit, but like it's way different than the comic books.
Everything they've done with this TV series, Garth Ennis has given his stamp of approval on. He has been, this is great.
All while writing the N-word for a white guy to say.
Yeah.
I don't really like Garth Ennis. I know he hates superheroes, and that's why he made The Boys. Like he absolutely hates them, and that's why his Punisher and Constantine runs are like kind of well liked because they're very like anti-superhero stuff. They're just kind of like gritty and gory, and that's his thing. But The Boys is like that plus just like the worst deprived shit in the comic book. It's awful.
Yeah, the church won't.
Yeah,
won't
but probably. It's probably I didn't like the comic book.
No, it's not very likable.
I couldn't get into it at all. I thought the artwork was shit. I thought the story was not that great. But I've liked Garth Ennis. His Constantine stuff, absolutely some of the.
But people love it.
You don't like it?
No,
I like it.
I haven't read a lot of it, but I just
Hell's
I'm not
Engine.
a fan of Garth Ennis. I don't think he's a very good writer. That's just where I stand with that. Like I appreciate that he made The Boys and that's being adapted by Eric Kripke, who's awesome because Supernatural and all that stuff. But I don't like Garth Ennis. I don't like the way he writes characters. I don't like the things that he makes some of them say. I don't like how it's just like crassness for crassness sake a lot of the time, and that's in all of his stuff. He's like anti-superhero as a superhero comic book artist.
Have you gotten a chance to get caught up on Incredible?
No, I'm 2 seasons.
Incredible or Invincible?
Thank you. I'm reaching my 2-hour mark.
No, I'm two seasons behind on that.
Invincible. This season has been really, really good.
I've been behind. I just keep seeing the clips, but I'm about a season behind.
I've never gone from watching a show and then immediately think I need to read that comic. But I actually started reading the comic, and I don't know which I like. I can't decide which I like better. Nobody's read any of the Invincible comics? I'm by myself here.
I haven't read any of them. My mic was off. I'm sorry.
I'm so bad.
No, I haven't read any of them.
The comics.
I saw the first 2 seasons. Wait, how many seasons are there? 4? Is this season 4 now?
I think we're on season 5.
Oh, okay. The last season I saw was the one that had the Spider-Man episode. That was supposed to be Spider-Man, but they couldn't include Spider-Man.
They're hopping around that multiverse thing.
Yeah, because in the comic book, that was actually Spider-Man that he crossed over with in that issue. Like it was a Marvel crossover, but that's like the only issue I've seen. I haven't seen any of the comic book other than that.
They just had you at Spider-Man, didn't they?
Yeah. Come on. You saw my stream earlier, Max. Spider-Man.
I know.
Yeah, you won that one.
Right here.
I'm glad you love it. I'm glad you like it.
I do. I've pretty much given up my SF figure arts.
It's not that great.
Obsession. Yeah, I've watched a couple videos and I still like
cheap.
it. I want it because I can't have it, but I like my my Muffet.
What's up, Super
a lot
K?
better.
How's it going?
Super K. Yes, I agree. It should be. It is. It's a good. It's an incredible read.
Kaiju's always
really
trolling. That's his thing. He just comes in here to cause trouble. What's a comic? Get the hell out of here.
I'm trying to remember the last comic I bought now. I want to say it was like the Power Ranger DC crossover.
There was a DC crossover? What the hell?
It was like a 6-issue series.
What the hell?
Mm-hmm. Lord Zed and Brainiac like team up.
Oh, I wish you had
That's
clips.
perfect.
I gotta get you some clips for you to use.
Yeah, I need an intro too.
I know. I need to make that.
No, you don't. I
need to make a new intro myself.
I don't know what to do. I'm. Oh, but we do have a little bit of good news because apparently, a lot has been going on with the DMCA lawsuit and the Cox lawsuit. So hopefully we're going to get some updated YouTube regulations here before too long.
With less copyright strikes and stuff?
Where you'll have a chance to, if you get a copyright strike, you'll have a chance to argue fair use before it becomes a permanent strike. Nothing's out there. It's just kind of in a maybe right now, but Supreme Court knocked it down and stood up for fair use. Surprise.
Just stand up for one thing every once in a while, you know?
Yeah.
Like gay marriage and fair use.
In every turd, a golden nugget occasionally rests.
I mean, gay marriage and fair use are very important. So, you know, like let's keep upholding those. I mean, yeah, because like I did a stream from like I want to say like 2 months ago. It was one of my members only, and I was looking over the trailer for the Animal Farm movie, right? Mm-hmm. This was like 3 months ago. Today, I got not a copyright strike, but a copyright like demonetized strike. Like you can't earn money from this video for 30 seconds from that trailer. Even though I was playing the whole thing and pausing it. I played the whole trailer and I kept pausing it. I got a thing 2 months later. So I was editing it. It wouldn't let me edit it out. So I just deleted that one because it was a mobile one. I still had my other one. But I was like, it doesn't affect me. I don't care if it's a members only anyway, but it's principle. I don't want that on my channel because it's all fair use. I'm altering the content. You know, I shouldn't be losing money or giving someone else my money because I played something in fair use.
And it's a trailer. Like I don't understand how are you going to copyright strike a fucking
I'm
trailer?
Spreading the word, you know, I'm showing people something.
You know, I get it. If you're showing, you know, if you're playing the whole G.I. Joe movie on your channel, you know, nonstop for a fucking year.
In like 75 more years, that'll be fair use.
Yeah, I get that. But if somebody puts out a trailer that I don't know, it's probably because I don't know what the copyright law.
It would only do it for one of the streams. It didn't even flag it for both. So if I feel like, well, you can't watch it if you're not a member. I don't know. It just auto flags something later, which is crazy. I've never had that happen before.
AI is dying.
Yeah. So
all
Disney
them fucking companies are losing their fucking
deal
shirt.
with OpenAI and the Sora thing, and then Sora completely shut down. It's completely shutting down because they were counting on Disney to fund them, which is great news.
I think that probably caused about half of everybody that is required to make Disney work saying we will absolutely walk the fuck out of this building right now. I don't know that happened. I can't confirm it happened, but I feel it in here.
I feel
that
so
the right
they
people
just got a
said,
new CEO.
Fuck you, this isn't gonna happen.
They just got a new CEO, a younger guy. And he was talking about how AI wouldn't be used; they'd be all creative. And then they had a new CFO, a lady, or not CFO, chief creative. And she said, "We're gonna lean into this AI stuff. We're gonna really work hard." And that's when they made that deal with Sora after the new CEO said they wouldn't be doing something like that. So yeah, there was definitely some internal shit along with everybody here externally being like, no, fuck that shit. We don't want animated movies made by AI. We want them made by people, you know. So.
Hey, but I'll tell you, and I try not to get sucked into them very often, but there has been a few creators.
Oh no, you froze.
Right when he was about to spill the tea. What kind of timing is that?
What's happening?
You were frozen. You literally said, as soon as you said creators, you froze.
Lord,
I got worried there for a second.
Forgive me. There are a few content creators who have some really excellent Star Wars stories that they've used AI to make the characters do their fan tales. And I've gotten sucked into a couple of them. I try not to get too many of them, but I get tricked occasionally, and occasionally I'm just like, okay, you know, I want, what's important to me is the story. And some of them have been fantastic.
I know what you're talking about. Like I saw one where they had Cal Kestis meet Ahsoka and Luke, and I'm like, this is what the shit we want to see, but it's all AI, and I'm like, I don't want to watch this.
Yeah, I've the same way, 100%. We on the same board, but I got a feeling that somebody at Disney started seeing some of these, and then they thought Sora is going to absolutely destroy us because somebody is going to use that and use our characters and make a story that is better.
And there's no regulation on AI.
Yep. And it would burn the mouse on a cross. I would just...
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to drop that name, but did you see Logan Paul's like AI trailer for a quote unquote movie that was just AI slop? But like, okay, so it looked like it didn't look like a movie, it looked like AI, but there was really no visual tells that it was AI other than like the dialogue and the way that characters would talk and all that stuff, and they were kind of animated. But as far as the visuals, it looked decent. But but
listen, they're pushing the uncanny valley.
If they were about to say that uncanny valley is just so hard to get past in your brain. It's programmed in your brain for safety reasons. Like it was, you know, in the past, there's stuff we were terrified of, and it's just like, okay, I that's one of those things. Stuff that looks too real because it's like false to you. It sets off all those alarm bells and stuff. So
they're gonna breach it. They're gonna annihilate uncanny valley within our lifetimes.
I hate that.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, look at all the deep fakes in the AI or alleged AI videos that we can't tell what's real anymore, and that's what they want.
Yep. Yeah. But when they do, and if they haven't already, you know, and it's just fucking classified, but I wouldn't put that on. I don't think anybody in this administration is capable of that, but you know, you never know. And there are other countries other than us that are doing this. So, you know, who
sorry, I had a cough.
If they if they breach that, once they do, the floodgates are open. And
and it's scary.
We'll never go back.
You can literally set people up and be like, here's a security video of them committing this crime just because you don't like them. Yeah. And you can fucking ruin someone's life. Or you can make them say something they never said, you know, and it's like people will use that. In any scenario, they'll use it if they can.
And I agree with you. Why keep the box? It
wasn't. They didn't turn around because of us.
These multi-billion-dollar data centers to just run that AI just to get a 30-minute or 30-second video. It's not. But I also remember when DVDs were $200 a piece and a DVD player was $6,000. So You know,
4K
it's
TVs are like $200 now.
yeah.
Yeah.
When they first came
It's
out,
like-
they were like 16,000 for an OLED. You
Yeah,
know,
it's insane. Oh my god.
Yeah, with technology, the more it comes out, the more that price will drop. So
It's a RAM. Because now the
It's-
PlayStation.
Yeah, no. fuck
up-
that,
Yeah,
that's
unless
because
it's
of AI.
Talked it up, right? Went all
AI.
up.
Hey,
Can't build a
that
gaming PC
market's
anymore.
that market's dropped. You know, it's the RAM market kind of went bust.
Listen here,
looking at-
Kaiju.
What's a TV?
This big thing behind me. That's a
Whatever you're
TV.
watching this on is some form of TV, Kaiju.
Technically, yeah.
Man,
God.
he's not watching. He's got some Lou Reed playing
No,
on
he's
a
jogging, he's working out.
first
He's just got us in his
pressing
ears.
album on his fancy turntable, and he just
He's-
you know
He's kick dancing. What's the fight dancing like in Hot Rod in the forest? Yeah, that's what he's doing right now. I'm picturing it. Just falls down a
Checking
hill.
out-
Ah!
digging out a VHS of Gleaming the Cube with
Oh
Christian
my
Slater.
Pocket
It's a
computer.
fucking computer.
Pocket computer.
Pretty much.
I don't know why I felt like Arnold would say that. It's a pocket computer.
It's a pocket
It's
computer.
It's
Get
not
to
a
the job
pocket
now,
computer.
do
It's not a
Wait.
TV. It's a pocket computer.
Go eat.
It's an iPad. Leave me
Who
alone.
is your daddy? And what does he do?
Every time I think,
You know what? That is an applicable that is an all right alternative. Thumbs up, sir. And it is a first pressing from the UK. See, are you impressed that I knew about first?
Kaiju's
pressing?
eclectic. Eclectic.
You
Yeah,
leave
I'll just jam
Kaiju
on my
Kitty
phone.
alone.
He's a treasure to see.
Whatever do to you?
He was waiting for that Godzilla forever. Leave him alone.
Oh,
It's a
Oh,
one thing. It's a one
Oh God, what's wrong with
thing. I don't know.
all right. What do you got happening, Larry?
Well, tomorrow night, 8:00, my channel, Let's Open Some Toys. Like I do every Saturday night, we're going to be opening up the Biker Mice from Mars bikes. from the
Oh
cell.
yeah.
If I don't drop them, there we go. Can't wait to open these guys up. And I'm finally going to also open up this other Mythic Legions figure that I picked up a couple weeks ago that I haven't opened up yet. So it's going to be a fun night. Come out, hang out. Saturday night, 8:00
Where would we find you?
at Larry's Geeky World on YouTube. And if you want to see all the pictures, I'm a little tired. It's been a long day. It's been a long week. But if you want, you can also check out my Instagram. It's also at Larry's Geeky World too. So you know, I have pictures every now and then. I don't post as much as I should. So I'm still working on my collection tour video. It's going to be at the whole house. Eventually, that will be posted. I started kind of shooting it. I need to go back and redo some stuff, but
We all just watch because chaos is there. So it's
yeah,
fine.
popping in and out randomly, if not walking in.
Her name fits.
Yeah. Sometimes we call her
I really love it.
Chaoszilla from time to time. It's fun. I got my regulars who are really cool and really fun to talk to on there that pop up. And I'm trying to get some other guests at some point. So trying to get
I'll
it to grow
definitely
a little
pop in
bit.
the chat.
Yeah.
I'll stop by and say hi too. Rowdy, what are you doing? Not a
Ain't doing
goddamn
shit,
thing.
okay? I ain't doing a goddamn thing. No, Sunday, open mic from like 4 to 7:30. So it'll be like this.
Dear God.
Well, you know, we try to cover the time basis for when shitheads are live. So we just kinda leech away from their views and their bots little by little.
You're doing the Lord's work.
You know, just and then I'll unplug Frankie because I think he's got his birthday stream going on at 7:30 like our time. Max, you're an hour behind, but when we get off, Frankie will I think be going live for his birthday stream. So there's that going on. I should have Colossus and Kitty coming tomorrow, so there'll be a Marvel Legends review for all those rabid Marvel Legends fans. Because I get comments all the time. Can't wait for your next Marvel Legends review. So I guess that's the bread and butter. But that's what I got going on. I'm live streaming mostly every day right now, just to try to kick the algorithm into gear, kick its butt my way, and yeah.
And where can they find you?
At Rowdy Riles.
Rowdy Riles.
Rowdy Riles. What?
The champ.
Those guns.
Let's fucking go.
We'll do it.
Listen, I absolutely love that you're doing that live stream on Sunday. That is the perfect
Called TGIS. Thank goddess it's Sunday.
Yeah, it is. It's wonderful that it is a great place for everybody who doesn't want to listen to the other trash that is going on, and it was absolutely the most fun. It only took me 2 or 3 days to recover from last Sunday, but
I forgot to plug
absolutely worth it.
The fundraiser that I'm doing.
Plug it.
So if you, first of all, I'll say you don't have to buy merch to help. You can donate directly to the Trevor Project, which leads me to what I'm doing. I have shirts called the Woke Toy Avengers because we were given that name by some dumb idiots who thought it would be a lame name, but it's actually one of the coolest names I've ever heard. So we're owning that, and I am donating the proceeds from that merch. Like, I get $12, I'm giving them 10, and I'm keeping 2. So 90% of that is going to the Trevor Project. As soon as the funds pay out every month, I'm going to hit that. So if you want one of those shirts or if you want to donate directly, please do, because it is a wonderful organization that helps LGBTQ youth in mental crises and situations that they need help. So yeah, think about donating to that. That's all.
Cool.
Hold on.
I can do it. Do it.
Where'd
my mouse go?
Where'd it go? I can't find it. Oh my god. Oh, there
we go. And there is a link to the Trevor Project. Get help. It is a wonderful, and especially in times like these where things have been shut down, government wise, it's great that these nonprofits have stepped up to help where help is needed. And I don't even want to. I know some of the numbers, and I don't want to really get into them.
It's a lot worse now than it was a year and a half ago.
How many people are just,
it makes me sad. It really does.
It's not a good alternative when you're scared to be alive to just give evil what they want. So stay strong.
Existing is the best form of resistance. I'll say that.
100%. Contact, if you're feeling anything, you need somebody to talk to. Trevor Project will get you help. And I have a number of friends who have benefited from them. So please, when you get ready to do the fundraiser, just anything you can donate. I promise you will spend more on a cup of coffee, and you'll help. Every dollar counts. So, and I'm just me at Maximilian on every social media, including YouTube. I don't do nothing but just piss people off, so I'm good at it. This is inaugural episode of and it's, I did an after show, like I said before, of other programs. It's always something for people who can't afford a membership or whatever. Here's something to be able to talk about. See, I don't know. I don't know what the hell this is. Just a bunch of people talking about shit. It's open mic. Yeah. We'll talk about whatever. And no subject is ever off limits. We prefer toys and we prefer collectibles, but if you've got a bunion that is really bothering you, we'll talk about bunions for a little bit. Hemorrhoids, and yes, absolutely. Support. As I always say, sponsor your local comic book shop. You don't need to be sponsored by them. They need to be sponsored by you. If you are on YouTube and you are not mentioning at least one comic book shop within 100 miles of your shop, fuck you.
I don't have any near me. that I
Within
know of.
100 miles. I guarantee.
Fuck me, I guess.
Yeah, fuck you, Rowdy. Come on, everybody. Fuck you, Rowdy.
No, I can
Comic book world, Florence, Kentucky.
It's fine. Listen, pick one. If you don't have a local one or anything close to you, Google one, find one randomly.
Do a different one every week with good reviews.
Big Apple Comic in Amarillo, Texas. Boom, there you go. I went there as a kid. Still love those folks. And, comic book shops, they need your help. So buy a comic book.
Yeah, buy one.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. And support the Trevor Project.
And then do not open it. Put it in a bag with a card back
Don't
sleeve,
even read it.
and then go to readcomicsonline.io and read the comic there. Oh yeah, it's still up. Make sure you got your ad blocker. Yeah, make sure you got your ad blocker on, or you'll see some shit, some horrible, horrible things that will burn into your brain.
Oh.
There is no telling where this show is going to pop up. It'll pop up where and when it's needed and when I fucking feel like it. So if you think that And Then needs to show up after a show, feel free to message me on Instagram or Facebook and say, hey, you should, I want to talk about some shit and nobody's listening to me in chat and I want to be heard. So message me and we'll see what we can get done. In the meantime, support the Trevor Project, support your local comic book shop, and we'll see you all Sunday. How's that sound? Yeah?
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. Hail Satan.